rising junior at Dublin High School, and this is my Magic Mirror project. So I chose the Magic Mirror project because it seemed like a good combination of skills that I already knew, such as 3D design, and skills that I still wanted to learn, like programming the Raspberry Pi and integrating components, and I got to learn that here at Lucia. Basically what this is, it's a display with a translucent mirror in front of it, and on the back there's a Raspberry Pi powering the whole thing. The Raspberry Pi is basically the brains of the whole thing. It runs the Magic Mirror OS, which you'll see in a minute as soon as it turns on, and it just keeps everything going. So as soon as this turns on, I can give you guys a little explanation of all the things that go on in the mirror, and it should be any second now. Yep, there it is. Okay, so this is what the Magic Mirror looks like. It's designed to be hung on a wall. There's a little string on the back that you can just put a nail on the wall, you can hang it up. And as soon as it boots in, you can see that there's a couple different things on the screen. So for example, in the top right, you've got the weather module. So I have that set to my location at home, but you can set that to any location using Open Weather Map. I also have the calendar module here, which is synced to my personal calendar. I used my iCloud account and synced it with the calendar in Magic Mirror. There's also a compliments module that constantly cycles through different compliments. And there's also a newsfeed module, which just displays news from any news source of your choosing. I personally chose the New York Times and ABC News, but you can add in any news that you want. So there are a couple modifications that I made to my project. First of all, as you guys might be able to see, there's some LEDs in the back. This is designed to work as a backlight for the Magic Mirror. So when it's hung up on the wall, you can see it pretty clearly, and it has a very nice visual effect and overall adds to it. Another modification I have is a safety shutoff button right over here. So that makes sure that the Pi turns off properly, it doesn't damage the SD card, and it basically just ensures that the Pi can live a longer life. Another thing that I did for my project was I backed up most of my data to Google Drive in order to make sure that I have a copy of the data in the cloud in case if the SD card breaks, which I have done, and that is why it is backed up. So I'm going to show you one more modification I made, and this is a module within Magic Mirror. This module is called the remote control module, and it looks like that. You can access it from any web page that is on the same network as the Magic Mirror, and you can do multiple different things with it. You can power on and off the Pi, you can control the display as well. You can also control what modules are being shown on the Magic Mirror, and you can also send messages to it. So this is the message screen. I'm just going to give a quick demo on how that works. So you can basically type in anything. I can just type in like hello as a test. And if I hit send, you might be able to see here on the mirror, there's a little message that says hello. And you can type in any message. You can also change the duration of the message. And if you so wish, you can also send it as a notification, so it doesn't get in the way of the other modules, and it can also, you can also remote into it using it. So some of the challenges I faced while creating my Magic Mirror, there were a lot. First of all, when I was assembling the mirror, as you might be able to see, the mirror part of it is a little bit warped, and that is because the mirrored acrylic is pretty thin, and it's also, it's acrylic, so it's gonna bend quite a bit. I call it a feature because that's what most people do. So it's a feature that is wavy. Magic. Another feature, or another challenge I faced was with the LEDs, because the LED strip was pretty concentrated. There was a lot of LEDs in a line, and the Raspberry Pi can only run up to 30 of these LEDs before it just gonna. So I had to cut up the LED strip. I hand soldered together the LED strip as well, so they're a bit more spaced apart. That just took a while to do, and it was a bit frustrating, but I got there at the end. And then a lot of the software things were a bit hard for me to figure out because I have no prior experience with the Raspberry Pi, but thanks to Lucian instructor Ben, I was able to figure it out and get it working and get it to a state where I'm really happy with. So some things that I could do in the future, and I probably will as well. First of all, I do want to design a different frame for the mirror, because if you might be able to see, there is quite a lot of empty space between the actual display and the edge of the mirror. That's because the frame was a bit bigger than the display. And that can be pretty easily remedied by 3D printing your own frame or designing it by any other means. Another thing that I really want to do is find a different type of acrylic that's probably a bit more thicker, so it doesn't warp as much and it has a more mirrored effect. So all in all, Lucent has been a really great experience for me. I was able to create a project that I'm really proud of, and I was only able to do that thanks to the help of the wonderful instructors in J7. Thank you guys so much. Any questions?
So when installing modules on your mirror, like what was that process like?
So installing modules, because Magic Mirror is fully open source, so to install modules, you would just find a module first of all on the internet. So the Magic Mirror GitHub has a lot of community-made modules that you can install pretty easily. You just have to run a few commands in the terminal with Pi to make sure it's installed in the correct folder, and then add that to the config of the Magic Mirror. But other than that, it works pretty easily. There were a few complications, but again, that helped me out a lot with there. Any other questions? All right, cool. Thank you guys so much.